Good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, good to get the first scrimmage under our belt. I was glad we were able to get into the stadium and weather held off. But, a lot of good. I mean, y'all have heard me say many times, in my role, you're never really truly happy. As a position coach, you can walk off the field and say, man, my guys kicked their butt today. Or if you're an offensive coach, you say, man, offense had a great day today. But when you're in my seat, it's never really that way when you're 100% invested. And they're all kind of your segment, if you will. But it was a good day. It was competitive, and that's what I was hoping to see. I was hoping to see really good competition. Biggest thing is guys just thinking. You have to be able to process and think, and you get everything, all the external factors removed, and put the ball down, and it's not scripted, and it's not a certain specific situation. You're just playing the game. You find out quickly who's kind of getting it and who's not quite there yet. But it was a good day, and saw some good things on both sides. I thought it was very competitive. A couple guys I thought took a little step backwards, but again, first scrimmage, first time in the environment, first time we just kind of remove all the training wheels, if you will. Kicking, I thought Ammon had a solid day. Teasdall is really having a good spring. I'm very, very encouraged with Teasdall. He is just really hadn't missed a beat since the bowl game, to be honest with you. He's been incredibly consistent, so encouraged with him. Saw some good things out of the quarterbacks today. Nick has had an outstanding spring and made some nice plays today. Had a couple of game management things today I wasn't pleased with, but he'll learn from that. But overall, he's been very, very consistent. And then it's good to see Kelly and Tucker in that environment for the first time today, and just kind of see some natural instincts kick in with those two. We didn't snap the ball very well today. That was disappointing. Really affected kind of the flow of the scrimmage for our second group. So we got to get a little more consistent there, and part of it is we're trying to teach some guys how to snap. We're teaching them, and it's just part of the process. You got to put them out there and got to let them fail a little bit and then go back to work. But too many penalties. Defense was offside several times, some undisciplined type things. But again, for a first scrimmage, spring ball, as many new guys, young guys that got in different situations and roles. Solid day.
How'd those young offensive linemen look out there?
Pretty good. We had some snap issues, and that really affected, again, just the overall flow of that group. But they did some good things individually. I just I try to put my eyes on a couple of them specifically, and they're going to be a really good group. It's going to be it's going to be a good offensive line. There's no doubt about that. We're our first group has really come to work every day, and they're really now that we got Joe back, these guys have demonstrated that they're just kind of at a little different level in every regard, that's what you would hope to see when you got 4 seniors and 1 redshirt sophomore in that first group, and then the rest of those guys are redshirt freshmen and true freshmen, behind them, with the exception of Maverick, who's a redshirt sophomore. But it's just going to continue to get better. The competition's going to continue to improve their knowledge, because they got the right stuff. They love it. They want to. They come to work every day, and it just is a lot of fun to watch that group. I'm telling you, we are going to have a really, really good offensive line when it's all said and done. So I'm encouraged.
They were good. It was just a little bit different. Coming out and being on the field, for the first time, and the coaches on the sideline. We stalled out a little bit on offense at the beginning, but we knew that. We're going against a great defense, obviously. But I think towards the end we started to pick it up, and make some plays. And I guess it's kind of what we expected. For the first, we would have liked to perform a little bit better, but for the most part, I think we were pleased.
good has this spring been for you, just in terms of having the opportunity to get those #1 snaps, to get that kind of experience under your belt, regardless of how it all ends up playing out once the season starts?
It's been good for me. It's been a big, confidence boost. Being able to get out there with, some of the great, receivers. With that first group where they can make plays for you, and just for me, going out there and getting to prove to everybody, that I can, play. If my number is called and they need me, and I just think it's been great for me to get out there and just get some, not really game time experience, but experience with the ones, and just kind of some real time reps.
You know how this offense works, how the tempo needs to be. For the young guys, their first real chance at doing that, how do you think they perform, the two guys?
Oh, I mean, for Tucker and Kelly to come in and play as good as they have been has been crazy. I mean, I've been extremely impressed with them, being able to understand the system, because like I said, we pride ourselves on moving so fast, and for them to come out here and, execute and just do it like at a high, tempo, and it's been extremely impressive, and I know those guys put in a lot of work, and it's been really good to see them come along.
Jeff said the other day, you were the MVP so far in camp. What have you done to kind of earn that honor from him?
I think, meeting with the coaches after, last season and early this spring, they wanted to see me take a step, out of my shell, and as far as, assume a more like a leadership role and step out and just be more vocal and, take responsibilities onto me, because I think, it was kind of, I would get kind of complacent, as the season would get on, and just kind of, getting a part of, not getting as many reps and stuff. But, I just think stepping out of my shell and, trying to take on, be as big of a leader as I can be for the team is, I guess what he's referring to.
How do you think the defense did today in the scrimmage?
I think we were all right. Definitely can get better. I mean, we had some things that was good, some things that were bad, and we just got to come out and go to work Friday when we get back out here.
What are those things in particular that you need to work on between now and the next scrimmage?
I mean, it's everything in general, but it's things like short yardage. I mean, offense pretty much won short yardage with us, and just things like that. But, I mean, we're going to come out and work on everything.
Ryan Carter's one of those young guys that we've heard a lot about so far this spring. Did he hold up in his first live action in the scrimmage?
Oh, I think he did pretty good. He held his own, but I definitely think he'll want to do better. I mean, we all came out there and we had a pretty good day, but we all want to go out and do better the next time we have the opportunity.
Even though it's halfway through spring practice, how much can you really read into what's going to happen in the fall? Are you guys taking the steps? You think you're on track to be where you need to be once fall camp starts?
With that, I think it's a lot more that goes into it. We have our summer sessions, 7-on-7. We got fall camp. I mean, right now we can't really much see and say where we're going to be at when the fall gets here. I mean, we're going to take this spring for what it is, and then we're going to go through the summer, and then we're going to get out in fall camp and go from there.
Any receivers stand out today?
Artavis, he stood out. Mike. I mean, it's just guys, all our receivers have been doing a pretty good job, competing with us, making us better, and we're making them better. But I definitely think those two stood out today, along with Sharon. I mean, he had a pretty good day today, and it's just all around competitive.
Anybody